Well, heavy fighting has erupted around the Indonesian hospital in northern Gaza as Israel's military expands its ground assault on the Palestinian enclave. Now, reports from the Indonesian hospital come after weeks of focus on Gaza's main medical facility, the Al-Shifa, where hundreds of patients and staff members remain trapped.
See, it took almost a week's time for the IDF to locate the tunnel. But yes, this time the IDF has to be trusted because these are the tunnels that are 55 meter long and 10 meter deep, cannot be built overnight. And that remains the reality that there is a tunnel network very close to the Alshifahospital. Now coming to the operations have entered day 45 and we are reporting from the armistice line of agreement that divides the Gaza Strip from the state of Israel. And as we speak, even as the gusty winds follow, we see the smoke that is coming out from the area that is very close to the Jabalia camp, the Jabalia refugee camp where the operations are on. And as we speak, not only the airstrikes are taking place, but also there have been Apache fighter attack helicopters that have been roaming very close to the armistice line of agreement, carrying out the precision strikes as the area that is very close to the armistice line of agreement that was cleared by the Israel Defense Forces on the very initial days, that has now been reactivated again, and there has been a visible movement in the air. I'll request Rawatji if he can show you that the BMPs have been deployed very close to the armistice line of agreement. This has been done yesterday as additional deployment to the troops that are entering the strip, the Gaza Strip, and these are the deployments of the very close to the armistice line of agreement, that how BMPs and the artilleries are being moved close to the place from where the Israel Defense Forces are entering the additional reinforcements as part of the Operation Swords of Iron, and also the deployment of the snipers and the commandos very close to the armistice agreement line shows that the Israel seems to be in no mood to give up on when it comes to the international pressure. But now what has changed after 45 days of the war, that the war that started with a mission that the Hamas will be completely wiped out, now the center stage has become the release of the hostages, because the mounting pressure not only from the international community but also from the people of Israel, that they want, because the reality remains that Israel don't have decades when it comes to the negotiation for the release of the hostage. Each passing minute, each passing hour will cost the hostages their precious life, and that's why the mounting pressure on the Israel government is evident, clearly evident. And that's why today evening at 8:30 Israel time, that is at around midnight in the Indian Standard Time, there will be a meeting of the full war cabinet headed by the Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu with the representative of families of the missing hostages, those who are still in the Gaza Strip. And it is expected that during the meeting there will be assurance that will be given that very soon, or before that, it is in all likelihood there will be a deal that will be cracked with the Hamas, because what the families are saying, that we don't have sufficient time, that we wait for more days. It's already been 44 days of the war and the hostages are still in the captivity of Hamas.
Now, the Israeli military has released a video footage of its personnel operating in Gaza. According to a press statement, the IDF continues to act in the Gaza Strip, directing aircraft to hit terrorists and terrorist infrastructure, as well as locating weapons and military equipment.
Explosions sent plumes of smoke high over Gaza's skyline as the devastating war between Israel and Hamas raged on. In the latest event of the war, Israel targeted Khan Younis. The Israeli military released footage showing their forces operating in the Gaza Strip, directing aircraft to strike terrorists, terrorist infrastructure, and locating weapons and military equipment. IDF fighter jets have also killed 3 additional Hamas company commanders. In the footage, soldiers are seen patrolling a beach, troops firing weapons in urban areas, tanks firing, and buildings being destroyed. Israel's military displayed to media a range of vehicles and weaponry.
This is basmati rice bag that should have contained 1 kilo of rice. But instead of rice, that was supposed to feed the population, it contains AK-47, Dragonov, and PK ammunition.
IDF said that they were used by Hamas terrorists in the surprise cross-border attack on October 7.
Everything that you can see here was collected after the October 7th massacre. Everything was collected from inside the Israeli borders. It means that everything here was brought into Israel by the terrorists that came for the massacre through our borders. What you're seeing is an example of the numbers. The actual numbers are a lot higher than what we're showing. We are talking hundreds of different types of weapons. We're talking thousands of rockets, thousands of different types of charges, explosive material, mortar shells, munition. It's all here, and everything here arrived, as I said, for the October 7th massacre.
Hamas has released 4 hostages. Israel has rescued 1, and the bodies of 2 were found near Shifa so far. Agency report, Republic TV.